This is my audience.
Hi, my name is Chantelle Schulz, and today I will be talking to you about my persuasive speech. Most of you know what an ear of corn looks like, or what a cow looks and sounds like, but do your children know where their food comes from? If you ask, the majority initial of the answers are going to be from Wal-Mart or the grocery store. Many teachers throughout the nation ask their children this daily. Do you know where the hamburger you ate last night came from? What about the green beans or potato chips? The child's first response is probably going to be Walmart or the grocery store. This is found a lot in the urban public schools that are missing the agricultural commodity, career, or background. It is not just needed to know where your food comes from, but students need to know about the large importance of agriculture to our economy, nation, and world. I will also focus on why there is a lack of ag classes and FFA programs in public schools, and how beneficial these classes are not just for schools and students, but for also the community. How important is agriculture, you may ask? Very. Agriculture is where our main source of food comes from. But did you know that a lot of our food and items from livestock and crops that we make here in the U.S., we actually export? Just in 2018, the Beef to Live 2018 stated that the U.S. exported 40.3 million tons of soybeans and along with 12.2 million tons of wheat. Besides just crops, livestock such as cattle, poultry, and swine have been exported all over the world, 108 different countries to be exact. The U.S. also has imports from other countries such as Canada and Mexico. We also get our beef from those two countries as well. Let us take a brief moment to admire what is around us. Take a look at your shoes. Your shoes are probably made out of leather, cotton, or possibly rubber. But what is one thing that all those shoes have in common? Glue. The glue is actually made from the hooves of the animals. Now let's take a look at your shirts or maybe your dress pants. I know mine have buttons on them. These buttons are actually made from the horns of different types of livestock animals. These are just a couple examples of how agriculture is used in our everyday lives. Besides wearing and eating them, they also support some of the biggest entertainment events that are hosted yearly. A lot of people that have hobbies or like to express themselves with animals, they go and compete in state fair, county fair, national and state FFA convention. They also like to show their livestock. Livestock includes anything besides the farm animals you see to dogs, cats, rabbits, and horses. This also includes petting zoos, and circuses. Agriculture supports and provides most of the jobs in the United States. The USDA in 2016 states that 21.4 million full and part-time jobs work in agriculture. That is 11% of the entire world. How do you suppose we get these numbers up? By starting in your local schools. Agriculture is missed in most of the public schools due to funding. An article from Iowa City Press Citizen 2018 states that Iowa doesn't need agriculture education in their public schools. They don't have the funds or the money to create a $510,000 building just for an ag program. Each state is different when it comes to getting money for each school for the different programs. But what these schools are missing is that they can apply for funds or grants through programs such as CHS grants and scholarships or the USDA. They give grants out every year with all different amounts of money. So, besides the funding, ag teachers are very much needed in every state. So without teachers, you can't have a program, and without a program, you can't have a teacher. As becoming an ag educator myself, with aspirations of becoming an ag teacher, I know firsthand that very few graduate with this degree. I am enrolled in an ag school, and I only have 4 ag education majors with me. Without the awareness of the benefits of an FFA and ag program at a school, students will never get the opportunity to even think about pursuing a career in agriculture. With fewer and fewer ag teachers available, it makes it a lot easier for them to consider this program not a viable option. Without an ag or vo-tech program, there would be no shop classes. Where will our future constructions, contractors, or engineers come from? Without small engines or diesel shop classes, where would our technicians and mechanics come from? Without agricultural classes, where would our future agronomists, plant scientists, seed dealers, chemical and equipment salespersons be? We haven't even touched the classes that help in production livestock or finance or ag management. It is through all of these specialized classes that students get a hand-on experience and education. It is one thing to look in a book on engineer repair, and it is another to actually have a hands-on experience and fully tear down a small engine lawnmower and successfully rebuild it. It is one thing to talk about where your meat comes from, and it is another to just sit in a class and learn from a book, or sit in on a speech given about where your meat comes from. One can raise those plants and flowers in a greenhouse, and it's completely different to go to the store and just buy them. You don't see the actual real beauty of what it takes to take those flowers from the ground and getting ready to sell them. Some schools are lucky enough to have an animal barn program where they're able to specifically feed the different species and learn how to perform veterinary skills and have a hands-on approach for a breeding program. I bet you learned something exciting and intriguing today that you didn't know before. It's okay. You can admit it. Hopefully you learned how to expand and scope the different agricultural experiences, and hopefully you have an interest in it now. The next time somebody asks you where your food comes from, I want you to think and give them an enlightening answer. And the next time that you hear an environmental debate, think about how the agricultural world will have effect on what you say. The next time you see a farmer, rancher, feed and seed dealer, or a co-op representative, thank them for doing the hard work that makes sure that there's food in the store and food on your plate. Hopefully, I have inspired many of you to check out and look at the vast areas in agriculture and what exciting possibilities are waiting for you.